we go again. Another day with the guys all around town. Ready? You'll have to bear with me. We're on the run meeting guys non-stop, so I don't have time to set up in a nice location and chat with you. So follow me on this one. If you can, you want to get in the HOV lane. Weird guy?
Yeah, no, eclectic.
Effective?
Eclectic?
Yeah, so there's a relationship between the two. They're both above the ground and they sort of are related to each other, but then, hell, those damn frogs and locusts. I've been privileged to be a part of a couple of exponential growth curves, and I want you to meet Dr. Chan because I'm sharing with him what I shared with you guys. I want you to meet him. Okay, you see the emotion, authenticity, right? I want you to meet him because he's the warrior in the healthcare sector, okay?
Basically, I am so impressed by this exercise that me too, I was completely mind-boggling because me too, I understand now how we as a population could be misled by our current system, right? And how this current system, or in my case, the healthcare system, how it influences the way we think about our health and how we then become so dependent on our current system, right, with our insurance-based approach. And by doing this exercise, I realized that, oh my God, I have to look at things now. I feel like it is possible. It is possible that we can become empowered to look at things differently, right, from a different standpoint, that we just need some guidance. And make me, even for me, right? Even I wrote the book, Awaken Your Health Warrior, but I myself could be awakened further and see things differently and say, oh my God, I understand the pattern.
So you need to talk with him and share what you know with him so that we can all see this better. Got it? It's really good. It's really powerful. Wow, it's really happening. It's really timely. I don't mean to shake. I mean this. Startups can run lean. You can be really frugal with your resources, so long as you're lavish with your guidance. Give people great value. Give them lots of ahas. You guys have had it. I've played a few little tricks on you. You know them all. Share them. Be lavish with that. There's a lot of it. That's an abundance mindset. There's a lot of scotomas you can break. There's a lot of insights you're going to be able to share, and I'm going to keep doing that with you. Don't be stingy with the insights. Be lavish. I know that it's going to be redundant. My brain's all firing off here in the morning. Remember the saying, I do, you watch, we do, we watch. How's that go? You do, I watch. So I'm talking to the 20 of you that met me here in Phoenix. Look at what I'm doing. I'm sorting. I'm not selling. Significantly different. I'm not trying to attract the masses. I'm trying to find the few. Think about that in your strategy. Think about that as far as your content, your stories. How do you create a package of stories that begin sorting? That means some people are just not going to fit. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Not everybody. The few. The willing. Those that have been prepared. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Come on, let's do that. Then, thank heaven, Pharaoh was right. Well, not totally great year, but close enough. So it's another M year. I can see how AI is going to take over because I'm the bottleneck. Today's traffic has me following the navigator all over the place, optimizing my flow, but I'm trying to think and talk with you guys, and I'm the one holding up the optimization. It's almost like I shouldn't even be, not talking to you guys? Exactly. I can't do what I need to do, even though I'm usually capable of that. Pretty great guys, huh? I'm going to mostly talk to them. And everyone can watch, because the feedback I've gotten has been pretty interesting. And I really want to encourage you to stick with this. I got a real treat for you, a real eye-opener for you, and a real puzzle for you. And let me tell you a little bit about a basis for this. I've had to tell several of these guys, but I pedaled across America a few times. Also been in a few business deals. One of those was, there were just a small group of us, 7 of us, that were in Detroit and met with guys that built a marketing campaign for Brian Thompson and Thomas Wynn, who were the owners of LCI, who came from MCI, who took a third of the market for AT&T in the deregulation of the telephone industry. So why am I saying that? Well, for about 4 years, I learned about exponential growth, and I left with a really solid royalty income, and there were 426,000 representatives nationwide, and I was being paid on about 8,100 phone accounts. So I learned royalties and exponentials. I then met a guy named Steve Perlman who had a little box, and he needed to have some marketing done. There were about 10 of us, and that was pretty fast growth. That thing blew up and was purchased by Microsoft at 14 months. It was called Web TV, and that ultimately became the MSNBC viewing audience of the subscribers, and it was gutted and turned into Xbox. Who the hell cares? Look, those are 2 fabulous Scatomas of mine. Remember that? The blind spots? Those are 2. I didn't see that coming. Well, Angelina was in a car wreck in 2004, and we didn't see that coming. And her being on Apprentice 3 and the TV show and radio show and all the stuff we had, we didn't see that one coming either. I see something coming, and I've been meeting with all of you, and you see it coming too. We want to change lanes. We want to change the destiny of our family so that we're not part of the useless class, but instead we're going to be part. Yeah, you know what I was talking about, right? I'm not going to tell all of you. We got to meet face to face. You can't tell all this stuff in public. Some of you are watching this learning how to shoot video by grabbing little segments of time when you're parked and it's quiet and you're able to think for just a moment to stitch together a story. Some of you we've met and talked, and I'm walking you through how to change lanes in history, how to choose what class your family and future is going to be about. I got to tell you a little more about Pharaoh, or the emperors, the elite at the top of the pyramid who set the rules for the rest of us. They gamed us throughout history with a story. It happened with the church. It happens with politicians. It happens with data companies. We're being gamed, right? We're blowing the whistle on that. I want you to follow me through a thought process and an experience you're going to have. And I'm serious about this. You guys know that. I'm laughing because I'm like, this is weird. I'm talking to a small group of people in public. So listen, we've talked about blind spots, illusions, transformation, your gut-brain connection, right? The iterations that it takes to get self-awareness through self-understanding, through the pathway to being self-actualized. Well, you can't get there if you're being gamed. And part of this process is to understand how our biology betrays our intention. We're separating intelligence by creating AI, machine learning, superintelligence. We're separating intelligence from self-awareness, from cognition, from the awareness that we have as a super capable machine. It's going to take jobs, lots of jobs, and we got to find new things to do. We got to change our employment, and we got to change the way we think about the world. So back to Pharaoh. Your world was pretty much dictated by where you were born. I mean, think about the story with Moses. Why'd they drop him in the reeds so that as a Pharaoh's daughter could find him? Because they knew that if she adopted him, that changed his entire future, set him on a new path. Some of the guys have been going, Daniel, you're kind of like Noah. And I'm like, well, sort of. It's going to rain, except that I don't want to build a boat for all you to get on it. I want you to build boats. I'm teaching you how to build boats. I'm helping you by starting to create a movement, a following in your vertical, okay? I'm a facilitator, not an icon. Back to Pharaoh. He was an icon. He set the rules. Everyone worshipped him. They produced the data of the day. They did agriculture, right? They produced what Pharaoh and the societies needed. And then superintelligence needs data. It needs people to just be unaware and follow a procedure, not know what's going on. Here's an experience. I want you to walk through this hieroglyphics that you're going to be able to experience firsthand what the useless class is going to be feeling. But I'm going to give you an insight through this analogy that will change your life. I've had to do this slowly with 6 episodes. Seriously, all 6 episodes to get you to this point. And me, I guess, to this point. So let's have a look at a piece of paper, and I want to tell you the story, and I want you to do it with me. So I'm going to stop the video. You're going to go get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen or something to write with, and you're going to put yourself in a quiet place, because I need you to experience quiet place. No muffler. Supercar. I need you to be able to experience what's going on inside of you. I need you to be aware, self-aware, and feel what happens in this process with this puzzle. You ready for that? In the times of Pharaoh, the Egyptians used hieroglyphics to record the commodities market, how much agriculture that they would be able to store then, and how long they'd be able to weather the seasons as an empire, was largely based off of being able to predict things well. And they would pray to the gods, Pharaoh, and he would tell them how it went. So he hired a bunch of smart people to predict where things went. And this is a game similar to today, where you are gamed by people collecting data instead of wheat, but we're not aware of it. And I'm going to show you on multiple layers, not just how to be aware, but how to understand it, and then how to participate at a time when you can change lanes. Ready? So get your piece of paper, and I want you to draw 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this. This is the ground in a set of hieroglyphics. So I want you to draw that on your paper. We're going to draw the first hieroglyphic that represented that first agricultural period. It's an M. It rained, it flooded. The next period, oh, it was sweet. It was a heart. The next period wasn't so good. So let's put an urn or a spittoon there. I guess that's the way they drew it. The next period was better. It was similar to the first period of harvest, not quite as good. And then another bad season. Pharaoh wanted to know what's coming next. And we know from the records what did happen. That's what happened after this period. The question Pharaoh would have for you, if you want to play in the game, is predict this. Now I know that you know. You don't know that you know because it looks too complicated, so your brain shuts off. But you already know. The answer here, well, look what's most common. Hello, I drew it out. It's real common. It's right there in front of you. Looks like this. What? Now, think of your feelings. Your brain is racing. Your heart might even have increased its rate. You're focused and you don't get it. You're being gamed. I'm gaming you. I'm gaming you like dated people are gaming you. Next week, I'm going to tell you why you know this answer and how simple it is to see. And that is the message of 360 Min. This is an exact metaphor for where you can change class and not have Pharaoh dictate the rules.
The feedback I got from most of you is, man, that Daniel's pretty eccentric. Or, wow, that guy's quirky. Or, yeah, he's kind of funny in a weird sort of way, but holy cow, I think that guy's for real. And, wow, that's a pretty solid argument. One of the guys even said, you know what? You kind of remind me of that Noah story. Kind of like flood's coming. We got to do something. Hey, let's all build some boats. And, yeah, that could be true.
This week I feel a little bad. I'm going to leave you hanging like J.J. Abrams, but I need to close this up because, you know, it's teacher, my head's full. Okay, next week I'll see you guys from Seattle. I want to introduce you to Mark and Lincoln, two awesome dudes. Catch you later.